All right. Welcome to another Woods Report. All right. So I saw this story on this Ebony alert, and I never heard of it. Did you hear of it?
No, it's new though, right?
Yeah, I didn't even know that there was anything called an Ebony alert. So that tells you how I didn't know anything.
Okay.
So I'm wondering, that's why I thought we'd talk about it, because I wanted to do other people know about it. Because we always talking about how a lot of black kids get missing,
Black
or
women.
people, and nobody ever really reports it or talks about it.
Are they saying ebony because it's specific to
Black people?
Black people.
I don't know. We're gonna read it together. So
because remember, we always heard in the news when what's her name and with that lied and said a baby was crawling on the street and stuff.
I know.
We would always bring up the concern that we have that nobody thinks about us as black women when we're lost and taken away.
Right.
All right.
So maybe that's what brought it up. So if that came good out of what that knucklehead did, then that's Carly Richardson, I think. What's her name?
Yeah,
something like that. A baby.
I wonder what's going on with her now.
So if that's something good that came out of it, then I guess that's good then. Let's see. Emerald says, "Hey ladies, hey Emerald, we missed you yesterday." All right. So I think y'all, are you part of this strike that's coming up, Emerald, for the pharmacy? Let us know.
If you don't want to share where you work with.
That's true.
Walgreens.
That's true. You're right.
My sister and I was just saying that, dang, Walgreens going to strike. Pharmacy.
Wendy says, "Hey girlies,
I got to change my."
Hey Wendy.
But will that hurt them? Because there's other places we can get our prescriptions.
Right. People will just go somewhere else. Okay. All right. Well, California governor signs Ebony alert into law to help locate missing black children and women in the state. Gavin he want to be president.
I know. He's trying to get a lot of brownie points, and he is making it.
Gavin, he's trying to get everybody.
I mean, good or bad, people are calling his name out.
So a new alert system. He's better than Biden, and I don't really like Gavin Newsom, but he's better than Biden.
I know.
A new alert. At least he'd go tongue to tongue with Trump. If Trump, he said, "Well, at least I have a head full of hair."
He was getting ready to go back and forth. He was ready to go toe to toe with DeSantis.
Yeah, I would love to see Gavin and Trump go against each other. Oh my God, Gavin will annihilate him.
Gavin even got personal.
He will annihilate him.
You know what? When your wife's done with you, she can come over to me.
Your wife was looking at me, buddy. I'm a good-looking guy. I'm also younger than you.
Right.
Your wife was checking me out at the last dinner.
She said, "Oh, she wish she could be with me."
All right. Anyway, this missing black Ebony alert.
Okay.
A new alert system for locating missing black women and children is law in California.
Wow.
Now, the Ebony alert system mirrors the widely known Amber Alert in function, but focuses on black youth and women between the ages of 12 and 25. Now, you know it's going to be some old honky donks that's going to be, "Well, ain't right. When my child get missing, they ain't no special alert for no honky donk."
That's racist.
Yeah.
Ebony alert by itself?
Right.
You need to have everybody be alerted.
Just for black kids. Even though it's because they don't report the black kids. They never see the whole picture.
It's like Black Lives Matter. Or it's like if they would have said Black Lives Matter too.
All lives matter.
Yeah, but Black Lives Matter too. Don't forget us.
But anyway, black children in particular reportedly comprise of 38% of missing children reported in the United States. Per the Black and Missing Foundation, Senator Stephen Bradford and the black politician introduced this Senate Bill 673, and Governor Gavin Newsom signed it on Monday, October 9th.
Wow.
The NAACP California Hawaii State Conference sponsored this SB 673 bill. Now, according to the Sacramento Bee, the state limited Ebony Alert is the first alert system in the country to target missing black children and women. Senator Bradford applauded the signed bill in a statement on Monday. It goes into effect in law January 1st, 2024. As mentioned, the Black Missing Foundation has previously summarized the black youth in particular. And in this disproportionately, I can't never say that word, proportionately classified as runaways compared to missing white children
who are not classified as
runaways. Senator Bradford's statement added that 40% of women trafficked in the U.S. are Black women. So it makes sense to have something special if the numbers are higher in that group. But I told you, the people that have the 2 brain cells will get on and complain.
Oh, that guy, that one.
You ain't got no hillbilly alert.
Nobody gonna go get him.
Every time somebody's missing in the mouth, you don't put an Amber Alert on them. That should be a hillbilly alert.
That group that you talked about, the Black women who raise money and give to Black women own businesses. That white man is coming after them, saying it's reverse discrimination.
Right. When they can show the numbers don't match up with what he's saying. If the numbers show that it's still an issue, then that's why you create these things to help bridge that
people
gap.
Get their bootstraps, the boots.
Right.
Oh.
So, but again, you're going to get that, Yeah. I ain't Mexican, but you ain't got no Mexican alert. They're going to speak for the Mexicans, too. They're going to speak for everybody.
No, because
you ain't got no Chinaman alert.
No, because if they sound that ignorant, they're the ones that's thinking that the Mexicans, the alert don't need to be that they lost. It needs to be that they illegal.
Oh, that's true.
And get them out of here.
I tell you one thing, you doing the opposite.
Okay.
Instead of a missing Black child alert, why don't you have one on your block alert? When you see a Black kid like Trayvon Martin walking down your neighborhood, there should be an Amber Alert.
All white girls named Amber be on the alert.
You're right. They'll do the opposite.
Yeah. That's sad. It really is.
You need to alert us when they're missing and when they present. I want to know everything there is about Black people. I want to know when there's one missing on the block, and I want to know when one moves in on the block. Why don't you do that, Gavin Newsom, with your full head of hair?
Oh my God. And these are usually people, like you said, with 2 brain cells.
If Trump was president, he'd make an alert for Black people that's coming in the neighborhood. Now.
Okay.
Ebony Alert. But thank you.
Where did the Amber Alert come from?
Well, that's,
the first little girl.
That's a good one. Yeah, missing
children. Her name was Amber.
Oh, I don't know. That's a good one.
The history of the Amber Alert,
named
after Amber. Was that really one of the first major?
Was there a girl missing or something that they named it after?
Yeah, go ahead.
Today, California is taking a bold and needed action to locate missing Black children and Black women in California. I want to thank the governor for signing the Ebony Alert into law. Our Black children and young women are proportionately. Why can't I never say that word?
There's another word for that?
No, it's disproportionately.
They're listed wrong.
Disproportionately.
They're listed as
represented on the list of missing persons.
Yes.
This is heartbreaking and painful for so many families and a public crisis for our entire state. The Ebony Alert can change this, signed Senator Bradford. So if it's something that's not right, then you do these things to help make it, try to even the playing field.
Seeing the playing field is not even because if the little Black kids are listed as runaways,
right,
and people
40% of it said 40% of missing the women are Black. So that means that you got the number you have to do something special because of that. Yeah. We don't know if it's because they're going to brown countries. It could be because of that. They blend in better. You know what I'm saying? Where some, or it might be, I think, because they know ain't nobody gonna really come look. Where if you grab a blonde hair, blue eyed girl, a whole country be looking for her. Yeah. So they know that. I think that's the reason. They know
that they're not that important.
Right.
That's sad.
Or nobody's gonna look for them. Or they don't have no money. Yeah. And if you think that's not true, look how many people get kidnapped in other countries. You don't hear about that many Black people get kidnapped in other countries.
No.
They look at us and go,
because
look, we've been in another country. They be like,
we ain't getting money from them. Keep it moving.
Now this little white family over here,
That's how they treat.
We gonna grab them.
I was over in one of the islands, not to diss any of the islands, but because we were compared.
A lot of them cater to white people.
Yeah, they did. Because it was a group of us black people, and we had money. We was ready to spend. Mm-hmm. They was smiling at the white family coming in.
They'll braid your hair. Women to braid your hair.
Kind of stood there, and we all just, as a test, we just stood there and watched.
Thank you.
And see, and until they noticed.
But then they not so bad because a lot of black people don't tip and stuff.
But we were ready. we were glammed.
But I'm saying they are kind of right though, because when they be asking us for stuff, we go, how much is that? Or and the white people be so happy to get their hair braided and stuff.
Was that why they
pay them anything?
Was that why they were real happy about us in South Africa? Because we were tipping big in South Africa.
Well, we had to get a reputation. Those black people tipped.
Because we tipped and they was like.
But we felt rich because our money was 10 times more than
back then when we went. Yeah. I don't know how it is now.
It's probably not. The $10, a dollar there, a dollar here was like $10 there. Yeah. So we were like tipping everybody. You want $30? Break them off $3, Lenore.
And they were like, wow, they're big tippers.
Thank you for helping me get out of the car. Here's $2, which is $20 there. You want another 2? Thanks for smiling at me.
we was doing it big. Oh my God.
Hey, thank you very much.
Oh,
hey, Mom, break them off some money. My mother pulling money out of her pocket. Everybody's got $1 for you.
We all tipping. Well, we got treated like royalty.
It's not the same anymore, probably.
Okay.
Let's see. Everybody saying hi to each other. Wendy says, "Hey, Mom."
Hey, Mom. She said,
"Let's see." Oh, Wendy asking Emra if she work at CVS.
Oh.
She says she having problems with CVS. All right, y'all.
Walmart do
Wendy
their pharmacy.
Jethro.
There's other pharmacies though that you can go to.
Yeah. So let's all give Mr. Head Full of Hair, Gavin Newsom, applause for signing the Ebony Alert into law.
And let's see how it works. Let's see how the process is so other states can get on board.
Exactly.
Especially Philadelphia, you said.
Yep. Now people's phone going to be going off all the time. They're going to be complaining about that. With the Amber Alert, it only went off once every 2 or 3 months. Well, they got this Ebony Alert. What's going on here? This thing is going off every 5 minutes.
Everybody calling.
What is going on here? Wow. So maybe that's good because it brings attention to it.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
So that's him. That's him with his bill, his Amber Alert bill. Well, we have to finish up where we left off yesterday.
Yeah, because that's still going on.
Right. We still got the war with
Israel and Hamas. I've been saying it wrong. I've been saying hummus like the
Hamas.
Food. The food. Like Trump saying it that way, didn't he?
Don't even talk about that dumb bunny.
Okay.
He's so stupid. Every time I could get a chance to talk about him, I will.
Okay.
He says he looks better in a bathing suit than Joe Biden. Look at Joe Biden standing there. All 3 of them together make up Trump size. 3 of those people in that picture. And he talking about he look better in a bathing suit. And he don't tan all his body.
No, he don't.
So it's just his face and his neck. And then everything else is probably like a ghost. Ugly man.
He's not even orange all over.
And his wife, Melania, she gets paid enough. She probably it's probably written in there how many times a year she had to sleep with him. And he probably wanted to add it on an extra number this year. 2024, you got to add an extra one. So instead of sleeping with me 3 times a year, you got to do 4 times a year.
Yeah. But you know what? His son-in-law and his daughter. His son-in-law is Jewish.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure he may have family over there that he's concerned with.
Well, here we go.
I thought about that too.
Joe Biden says we stand with Israel. Biden says as the U.S. condemns Hamas attacks as evil. You got me saying it wrong.
I know.
President Biden called Hamas attack on Israel pure, unadulterated evil. As he vowed, we stand with Israel. I said this yesterday when we talked. I don't know whether you're Palestinian or pro-Palestinian or not. What they did is not going to get people to be like, oh yeah, Free the Palestine.
Yes,
no.
You
it's
get
the
it.
opposite.
You get it. You get what we've been going through.
You did exactly what those people who stormed the Capitol did on January 6th. Yeah. No one's sympathizing with you.
No matter
you
how
look like
long
a bunch of lunatics.
Yeah.
So even though you could be absolutely correct.
Exactly.
That Israel is wrong and that they need to give back the land and this and that and the other. No one is talking about that. Yeah. They're talking about innocent people being slaughtered in Israel. Yes, there are people who died in Gaza. No one's talking about it. You know why? Because of them. Because of Hamas.
Yeah, Hamas.
Hamas.
Yeah.
And it's going to be wrong now because you said it wrong. So
and they're filming it. They're filming what they're doing and how they're abusing the people.
So and you got Americans. So forget it. It's gone downhill from there.
Hard violin playing American people look going like,
anybody who takes Americans or kills Americans, you can forget about America being on your side. I'm sorry. Well, it's not going to happen.
They've been protesting in the street.
Well, I agree. They should protest. They should. They have the right to protest.
That's true.
Again, I gave the equivalent. It's not the equivalent, but how black people feel if the slaves rose up against and revolted up against the slave master. Mm-hmm. A lot of people, some people would sympathize and go, I understand why you're doing it. But if it was filmed on television, with them showing them going in the house and slaughtering everybody in the house, nobody's going to be on the side of the slaves. They just won't be. Yeah. Even though they could be right. Yeah. People won't listen to it.
Yeah. To get your freedom, I had to hurt people.
Right. And then how we going to tell Israel not to do what they doing? You went against a president who has nothing but time to totally annihilate. He's so sick of Gaza. He has no problem with going in and just clearing the whole place out.
Even if it means hurting innocent lives.
So you got other countries begging him not to do that. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
So we'll make sure Israel, this is what Biden says, we'll make sure Israel has what it needs to take care of itself. Biden said Tuesday from the White House. I just read to you one of the football team owners, he just gave $750 million to Israel for the fight. A lot. Can you imagine how many people around the country that are not only Jewish, but Israel sympathizers who are probably giving money for them to annihilate them? Hamas,
they're aiding them to give them strength to give them the weaponry and whatever is needed. Yeah.
Now, Hamas militants attacked Israel on Saturday, killing more than 900 people, including at least 14 Americans. Israel has responded with a siege and heavy bombing of the Gaza Strip. Like every nation in the world, Israel has the right to respond. Indeed, has a duty to respond to its vicious attacks, Biden said. Yeah. Biden has expressed full support for Israel in the wake of what he and his officials have described in terrorist attacks. My other issue that I have is that this thing that keeps coming up, that Iran is behind it in some kind of way.
Is that not true?
It's not good if Iran is behind it. Because that's going to cause America to go to war with Iran.
Yeah.
It's going to cause America to go to war with Iran.
If they put their 2 cents in, we're going to put our 5 cents in. So that's sad. Yeah.
That's why we said yesterday, pray. Because it can escalate and escalate and escalate until it gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Bigger and peace in the Middle East.
The president spent the long holiday weekend meeting with his national security team and working the phones with allies, including calls with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin. I can't never say his last name. Biden and Vice President Harris spoke to Benjamin ahead of president's remarks. And just for the record, Vice President, you need to have your butt down at the border. I don't think Biden needs you sit next to him on a phone call.
Because Biden made it clear that the wall has to be completed because the money is allocated.
She's getting on my nerves. She everywhere but the border.
I know.
She having the 50-year anniversary hip-hop parties. She's inviting people to come over and talk about stuff to the White House.
America that's concerned about that wall of that whole border will be more confident in our government if one of them was down there.
Guess what? If Israel had their border correct, those guys wouldn't have been able to come through the way they did. Yeah. Somebody dropped the ball on that.
But didn't they bomb?
But somebody
In the
dropped the
air?
ball on it. So
How you gonna stop bombs from coming?
if you had military all there, they would have returned fire right away.
Oh.
It wouldn't have been 1,000 coming over there slaughtering everybody.
Yeah.
And in the air, with flying down, they would have shot them. Who was at the border? Who was standing there looking? Oh, what's that? Oh, they're coming in like kites.
Oh, nice lighting.
Oh, that's nice.
Is that for the party they were going
Oh.
Oh, it's for our Jewish.
And they talked to the Israeli generals. They can't stand that happened. And they said if it takes them forever, they're going to find out who dropped the ball on that.
Have y'all seen the movie The Creator?
Oh, gosh.
We saw that movie today. The Creator, when you're looking up and going, oh, Lord, who they going to come get now?
No, we saw that. We saw that today. And I can tell you one thing. If what they saying is true, and I actually believe everything that was saying in that movie, there's no way you can fight AI.
How you gonna fight AI turns on you like that?
How you gonna fight that? They firing at a machine looking at them like, really?
That's a good movie to go see now because it really fits now in what we're dealing with as far as AI.
And if they had the kind of weaponry that they had in that movie, it's over.
It's over. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
A whole city gone in a second.
Mm-hmm. And just the remnants of it. You can kind of see where the bombs hit. Yeah. And people just living their life like normal.
Anyway, whatever.
Go ahead.
On Tuesday, Biden said the U.S. will send military systems to replenish the Iron Dome. Now, that Iron Dome is, you know about that? Mm-mm. That Iron Dome is the bomb.
Who is building that?
Israel has what they call an Iron Dome, okay? Uh-huh. And what it is, it's almost like an invisible shield that's around the city, right?
Yeah.
And anytime somebody fires a missile or something, it fires up and blows the missile up. It's like an invisible dome. It protects a parameter.
It's like in the movies.
It's like in the movies.
Who built that?
And they said Israel has one.
We need one of those.
Israel's army, they said, is the top of the line. That's why I don't know whose brilliant idea was for them to attack Israel. That makes no sense. They can annihilate them. Makes no sense. They have the best equipment, the top of the line.
We did talk about yesterday. We don't know, even with our involvement with, anytime you mention Israel, people, especially Christians, we quickly want to, oh, Lord, what's going on? What's going on, Lord? We're saying, are you speaking to us, Lord, doing this? Are you allowing this to happen for some reason?
Well, yeah, everything is.
Do we need to wake up, or have we not been praying?
Well,
We're all kind of like just taking our little.
He said praying
because Israel was kind of sleeping.
Did you notice? I'm not going to tell the movie, but did you notice he said Jesus in the movie?
Uh-huh.
That's Denzel Washington's son. He told him to say that.
And he sounds like his dad. He got the same voice.
If you close your eyes, you think it's Denzel Washington in the movie. I
was like, you sound like his father.
Oh my God, it's so weird. I was like, Denzel in the movie.
Oh Lord.
Thank God he don't look like him though.
Yeah.
Because that would be too creepy.
He's building, he's making his own spot.
He sounds like him, but he looks like his mom.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. My mother kept saying he's a good looking guy.
That's a good looking young fella. Young fella.
What, Mom?
She said, that's a good looking young fella. How old is he? He was a good looking fella. Does he have more kids? How many more kids does Denzel have?
I said he looks like his mom and he sounds like his dad. But I bet you he threw that line in there because it sounded like that wasn't part of the script. He said Jesus.
And they talked about heaven.
Yeah, but he said Jesus.
Okay,
that was not written in that. I know they didn't write that in that movie.
You think
for him to say Jesus? That's very specific. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think he told him, son, represent.
Because they talked about going to heaven, and he said, I don't know if I'm going to heaven.
But then he said Jesus. Person. He said Jesus.
But go ahead.
All right, here we go. We can't tell the movie.
Okay.
The movie, Wendy said, what movie? The Creator.
The Creator.
With Denzel Washington's son.
It's a shame that we have to say Denzel's son. Yeah. We need to say his name.
David, I think. I think his son is David.
What's Denzel's son's name?
It's David.
Wendy.
I think it's David, Lenore.
I like when you asked today when I'm gonna get you. When Kim posted on Facebook, who is the most not the best
John David,
the best looking actress of all times.
Yeah.
And Wendy said, I am.
Oh, she did.
You are an actress.
Do you know somebody?
Beautiful one too.
You know somebody wrote a whole speech about how beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and you shouldn't ask questions like that. I told you. I said I was getting ready to say something smart, but I didn't. It's your opinion. Nobody wants a dissertation on beauty.
Thank you. In the eye of the beholder. We talking about actress and actors.
All right, whatever.
When you are looking at an actress or an actor, you ain't thinking about the beauty inside of them.
Yeah.
You're thinking about outside because they're playing a part.
All right, let's go back to this.
Okay, go ahead.
And we go off on this,
Shake
guys,
myself.
because you can look at any of these stories on any news station. So we try to make it lighthearted.
Our spin on it.
Yeah, and try to make it lighthearted by talking about stupid stuff that has nothing to do with us living. But to keep you from going crazy,
yes,
you gotta talk about other stuff.
Yeah, because this is going on. This is still going on.
All right, here we go.
Okay, go ahead.
Now he says, Biden, when Congress returns, I'm going to ask them to take urgent action to fund the national security requirements. Oh, really? Really? With no Speaker of the House, huh? They got other stuff they got to deal with, Biden.
You know, Jordan wants to be the Speaker of the House.
He still thinks he has the whole Congress.
I don't even know.
Somebody needs to tell him in his ear, guess what, buddy? You're not going to be asking them about fun when they come back because they're going to be nominating another speaker. And Trump will be there because he wants to be the speaker too. Why don't you just ask Trump what he wants to do? Because he may end up being the speaker of the House.
Outside the House for the inside of the House. He ain't even in the House, and he's still.
So Biden should have said, when Congress returns, I'm going to ask Trump what he thinks we should do.
You know, he should do that as a joke.
He should,
because people are like, really, Biden?
Because that's who the Republicans follow. He should say, when Congress returns, I'm going to ask Trump, what do you want to do?
You say, or either Gates or them can tell me.
Right. Well, Gates, go ask Trump what he wants to do.
So, Gates, you got an answer for us? What did he say?
And if you put Jim in there, Jim Jordan, you might as well go on and just say you asking Trump.
Thank you.
He's going to have a little button underneath the desk that punch and say, with an earpiece. Every time he has to say something.
Trump says no. No. He's voting no. No more. Trump says
no. He's not going to say Trump because he can't be that obvious. But it's going to sound like Trump. He's going to say, they're going to say, what, you think we should give more money to Israel? And Jordan is going to say, let me think about that for a second.
And then he goes to his earpiece.
He's going to say, you know what? Everybody loves Cicero. No. Everybody likes Cicero.
Come back in 5 minutes. Come back to me in a few minutes.
Yeah.
And then he turns to the side and talks to me.
Israel's been very good to me. They've never said nothing bad about me. Really, Jim? They've never said anything bad about you? They've never said anything bad about me. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and give them whatever money they want. And by the way, take that money you was going to give to Ukraine and give that to Israel.
Yes. Switch it. Allocate it for something.
Yeah, because I'm hearing here in my own spirit here, God speaking to me. He's telling me that, Putin's not going to do nothing anymore if you take the money away from Ukraine. Give it to Israel.
No, he may even say, allocate the money for the wall and give it to Israel.
Yeah.
Because there's no need for the wall.
And while we're at it, let's go ahead and bomb Mexico while we're ready.
Oh, no.
If there's no land for people to walk through, they can't get over here.
That's true. And it'll divide the ending of where their country ends and where we begin.
Jim, are you talking to anybody in the earpiece? No, I'm not talking to anybody in an earpiece. This is me, my own self and I. By the way, I look better in a swimsuit than McCarthy. Big dummy. You sure you're not talking to Trump? No, I'm not talking to Trump.
They're Trump's puppets.
Big dummies.
Gotta be there.
All right, anyway. On Tuesday, Biden said the U.S. will send military systems to replenish. Okay. The White House was also preparing for what spokesperson John Kirby described as the grim possibility that Americans could be among the hostages. I told you that. If that's the case, then they can forget it because they ain't got to worry about Israel. It'll be America bombing them.
Yeah, we'll help you because we got people over there too. Yeah.
You ain't got to worry about Israel. It'll be America. Trust me. All right. That's it. Anyone thinking of taking advantage of this situation, I have one word. This is Biden. If anyone's thinking of taking advantage of this situation, I have one word. He said, don't. That's his tough talk.
Wow.
All right, now where's my nap? Can I get out of here?
Yeah. Don't fall over nothing when you leave. Okay.
That's the country we live in. Let's see what everybody's saying. When Emerald says, I am a federal employee. So that doesn't bother her.
Okay.
I am the one who does not get paid without a new budget. Oh.
But then, Emerald, didn't they say that the president makes the decision
He makes
on
the decision
who doesn't get paid?
Yeah, he does.
Because you guys may still be up in there when it comes to military or anything related to government.
Okay.
I didn't know that, and I'm thinking, how true is that? Because the lady that was on The View said that.
Wendy says, an employee, long story, just copied this from the internet. Harris has abandoned border role. Will anyone remedy Biden's disaster? She probably, I ain't seen her there. So I don't think you're right. It's abandoned.
At least just show up. Even if there's no plan, just be there. Walk the line so people can go.
Make it look like you're doing something.
Oh, good. She's there.
Exactly. She can make it look like she's doing something.
Yes. We don't need to hear your conversations in the background.
Wendy says similarities. They have something like that for dogs. If they try to escape, it will shock them. Oh, that invisible fence. Yeah. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's what that dome is. It's really, they said it's something.
Wow.
That dome.
Okay.
All right, y'all. We move on. Well, the healthcare strikers, right?
Yeah, but this is just for what, Kaiser people?
More than 75,000 workers strike at hundreds of Kaiser health facilities across the U.S. So this is an old story, but I believe they still striking because you heard something. You was at some meeting. You heard something recently.
The union meeting.
That they're still
and they're
striking.
Part of the same union. I didn't know that.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Healthcare
union that you part of, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but this part of them. Mm-hmm. So if they strike, what is that? What if they say they want the whole union to strike?
It's workers with Kaiser.
So, but what if
we all work for different organizations. So, like, I even found out at the union meeting that there are some people there that get paid by the state specifically. I don't get paid by the state.
Okay,
I get paid by another group.
So, tens of thousands of Kaiser Permanente went on strike Wednesday amid a simmering dispute over staffing levels. So that's what you're saying. They're still on strike.
Wow.
The coalition union has described the work stoppage as the largest strike of healthcare workers in U.S. history. The strike targets, you're right, Kaiser hospitals and medical offices in California, Colorado, Oregon, Virginia, and the District of Columbia and Washington State. So not all states. Mm-hmm. Negotiations between the Kaiser executive and workers are ongoing. So
wow.
So they still striking.
And I hope too, because the healthcare industry is a tough one. It's like when teachers strike, healthcare. Mm-hmm. That's real. That's dealing with people.
Yeah,
you're dealing with kids, people, and taking care of them, their health.
Yeah,
we can't let that. Hopefully, they'll negotiate and get to where they.
And they said it's a dispute over staffing levels.
Wow.
The work stoppage is the largest strike in healthcare workers in U.S. history. So there you go.
So I'm hoping
it's going to affect. They serve 13 million patients and operates 39 hospitals and more than 600 medical offices across those 8 states. The striking includes nurses, emergency department technicians, radiology technicians, x-ray technicians, respiratory therapists, medical assistants, pharmacists, and hundreds of other positions.
And I'm reading what Wendy's saying. The actresses and actors are still on strike too. All these strikes are just catching people off guard here.
Yep. Well, they saying they striking some days and going back some days and striking because of the care of the patients. I guess they don't want to. This is one of those ones where if you strike, people can actually die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, like the garbage workers striked when they were in Rome. Italy.
Oh my God! When we was in Rome, that was horrible.
It was awful. It was garbage all in bags, all along the street. The garbage people were on strike.
Yeah,
you can't let them go on strike.
You don't want your garbage people to go on strike. Let me see. Wendy says the actors and actresses still on strike as well as with SAG. The writers can do nothing without the actors. The contracts would probably be similar. Yeah, that's what I thought when they said the only thing I could see with the writers coming back.
Some of the writers
is late night TV shows were able to come back.
The writers for The View,
and then if you think about it, you have to write before the stuff goes out. So they're making the way for y'all to come back.
Jimmy Kimmel is back.
Because if you think about it, if everybody stayed on strike at the same time, and let's say it was over at the same time, what are you going to be working on? Nobody was writing anything. So this is the time for them to write. This whole seasons for these shows that's not coming on and all of that. So when the actors are off strike, they can come back and they have something to work.
Think about this too. I've seen strikes in general with a lot of different industries. Mm-hmm. If a strike is going on for a certain length of time, what does that tell you? Because when in the Chicago area, when the Chicago public school teachers go on strike, it really hurt the school system because the kids were not able to go to school for it had to have been over almost a month. Yeah. And they had to negotiate because that hurts the kids. Well, so a lot of these unions and with their, like some people, and I don't mean to step on because I'm part of a union too. Some people look at what that person does and whatever that industry is, and they'll go, will we miss them if they didn't get whatever they needed? Yeah. And I'm looking at the UAW. Yeah. Those are people that build trucks and cars and stuff. And I'm thinking some people are not.
We're going to talk about that one.
Other than the health care. So I don't know. That's a hard
one. The coalition, the Kaiser Permanente Health Care Workers Strike, they didn't reach a deal. So as of yesterday, it says that they are threatening that they will be going on a second strike again. Remember, they strike, went back to work. Mm-hmm. Now they're getting ready to strike again. It says the facilities across California, Washington, Oregon, Virginia, and Washington, D.C. have threatened to strike for a second time. It goes up. For a second time if a new labor contract is not agreed before November 1st. After a contract for 3,000 more Kaiser employees in Seattle expires on October 31st. So 3,000 more are going to join them October 31st. The second planned strike will involve more employees, and it will be longer than the first one, running from November 1st through November 8th, according to a statement. So they give time stamps because, again, I think because you have patience. And people have to plan that. They have to say, okay, well, my doctor or my nurse is not going to be there, or it might be harder to get an appointment or an operation or something during this time. So we may schedule operations that may not be life-threatening, maybe at a different date or something like that. And
it's so funny because when I saw the movie today, they had AIs everywhere.
They were in
operating rooms.
Which we said they would be. Surgically. We said they would be.
They were with patients. Yeah. They were police officers.
Well, okay. You're telling the whole movie. Just think about AI. AI is everywhere.
Everywhere.
It'll be everywhere. And then, I don't want, that won't tell the movie. You have to use AI to beat AI. Remember?
Yeah.
So that's a problem.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Wendy says the writers can do nothing with the actors. Yes, Kim, preparation. Yeah. Yep. All right, y'all. So that's another thing that's going on. Yeah, that ain't even. We don't have no good news.
Don't nobody bring me no bad news.
Oh, no bad news.
No bad news.
Oh, no bad news.
No bad news.
Don't you ever bring me no bad news.
No bad news.
Well, you can and but don't nobody bring me no bad news. Oh, when I wake up in the morning and I'm feeling kind of blue. Don't nobody bring me no bad news.
No bad news.
Because I already feel something. And but don't nobody bring me no bad news. Oh, no bad news.
No bad news.
Oh, no bad news.
No bad news.
Don't you ever bring me no bad news.
No bad news.
Well, you can such and such and such and such. And but don't nobody bring me no bad news. Don't you ever bring me.
Don't you ever. No. Bad news.
All right.
Okay.
I'm laughing. All right.
The Blues Sisters.
What'd she say?
The Blues Sisters.
Don't
nobody bring me no bad news.
Wendy says, I have good news. I'm feeling better. Thank you for your prayers.
Oh, thank you for the praise report.
Thank you. And Wendy says, my uncle always said I may have a red phone and a black phone.
My cousins wrote a song. I got a praise report, all is well. I got a praise report, all is well. I got a praise report, all is well. Wendy got a praise report,
When you
all
sing a
is
song,
well. No matter what it looks like, no matter how I feel, I got a praise report, all is well. My cousin wrote that.
Can't you sing a song everybody know?
I don't care. I'm trying to advertise my cousin's song.
But what's a praise song that everybody knows?
It doesn't matter. You can learn that one in 2 minutes. I got a praise report. All is well. That's simple.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Okay.
Thank you, Wendy.
She says, when the red one rings, I don't answer.
Ah.
All right.
The Batman phone.
UAW, the United Auto Workers, says it scored a major concession. I guess this is good news.
Okay.
From GM and it will not expand its Big Three strike Friday.
Oh, okay.
United Workers, President Sean Fawn, I guess, said Friday that Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis will all avert an expansion of United Auto Workers' work stoppages at this time, suggesting the unprecedented strikes against all three could be nearing soon.
Good.
He said that the union made decision after a major breakthrough in talks with GM on a key bargaining goal concerning the future of auto jobs, as the automakers shift from traditional gas-powered cars to EVs.
Electric.
They said that they will give the United Auto Workers the contracts to do the batteries.
The batteries here, not in China.
So that knocks over, saying that Biden is going to give jobs to China.
Thank you.
Remember, that was his whole big old speech.
Mm-hmm.
Biden's going to give jobs to China. They're going to have the batteries. And while my boat blows up and I'm sitting on that battery and I'm floating down to the bottom, I'm wondering if I'm going to get electrocuted. He's so stupid.
He is.
First of all, if your boat goes down, no one wants you floating on anything. We want you gone immediately with the pieces of the boat. Then again, there is a part of me that want you to float down to the bottom hanging onto a battery.
Oh, no.
And get electrocuted.
Oh, no, a Titanic. Okay,
right.
Mama said no. We're still praying for him. Remember, we're praying for him, right, Wendy? We're praying for
Somebody prayed for me, had me on their mind, took the time and prayed for me. I'm so glad they prayed. I'm so glad they prayed. I'm so glad they prayed for me. My mama prayed for me, had me on her mind, took the time and prayed for me. I'm so glad she prayed. I'm so glad she prayed. I'm so glad she prayed for me. That's what you want Trump to say?
When you get in the song, you know how you get in the song, pray for me.
Right.
And then all that, my sister.
Right.
Like, oh, Lord.
Is that what you want Trump to say?
Yes.
All right.
They prayed for me.
Somebody prayed for me. Had my hair on their mind.
Yes.
Took the time and
We
prayed
took
for
the
me.
time to pray for Trump.
I'm so glad they
You
prayed.
better be glad.
I would have already prayed for myself, but I'm so glad they prayed too. I'm so glad they prayed for me.
Wow.
Nobody else but me.
Yes.
They didn't pray for anybody else in the country
But me.
but me. Everybody in the world was praying for me.
You're right. We gotta pray that. We gotta be careful how we say our prayers for him. Wow.
Thank
praying
you.
for me.
That for me.
Just for me.
Just for me.
Jesus died just for me.
He didn't die for you. He died for me. So that I can lead you to the glory land. All right.
God. That man crazy enough to think that.
Now, this guy, the union guy, said they made the decision after the major breakthrough with GM. So this is good.
Good. So they're getting good news too. I mean, I hate to slap on them like I did earlier, but when they can negotiate and get some good news, that's the workers are like smiling and they can go home.
Yes.
Okay.
And even though AI could do these things, you still need humans.
Yeah.
You're going to need humans to put the machines together.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then you could get a machine to put the machines together.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. What did y'all say here? Let's see. Wendy says, okay, her on the phone. Sing, Lenore. She said, sing, Lenore, when you were singing. Somebody prayed for me, had me on their mind, and took the time to pray for me. That's what Wendy said.
Yes.
I'm so glad they prayed. I'm so glad they prayed. I'm so glad they prayed for me. She said, sing, girlies.
All right.
All right, y'all.
So what's next?
I don't know what this. Oh, I had this thing.
That
here.
goes to, I think when I had looked at it, it goes to a different.
Oh, after
page,
a while?
yeah.
Oh, I'll move on. Okay, so here we go.
That was the
the IRS
thing.
All right. Well, the only thing it was saying that, and then I had this up while we was talking about while we was talking about the UAW strike.
Oh, sorry. That's a different strike. Different industry.
Now look at this. Did you mention this?
Yeah, they talked about this was a week ago.
A 104-year-old Dorothy Hoffner dies after skydiving.
Yes.
She set the world record last week. Dorothy Hoffner, a 104-year-old Chicago woman who set the record for the oldest skydive, died in her sleep just days after monumental jump.
She did.
104.
She passed away.
In her sleep. That's the best way to go.
They talked about her on the news doing this jump.
Yeah.
Skydiving, and they interviewed her, and she said she was just excited.
Yeah.
That was on a bucket list for her.
Hoffner made worldwide news just 10 days ago on October 1st when she became the oldest living person to jump out of a plane.
Yep.
When she went skydiving at Skydive Chicago. The record is still being confirmed by the Guinness Book of World Records, but Dorothy toppled the previous record, which was held by the 103-year-old Swedish woman who jumped in 2022. Can you imagine if you that lady and you gone and you this lady come in and beat your record? As far as the timing, it appears to be nothing more than a coincidence. Dorothy died in her sleep. In fact, Hoffner was over the moon after the jump, telling local media, skydiving is a wonderful experience. It's nothing to be afraid of. Just do it. Well, at 104, she didn't say it like that. She said, skydiving is a wonderful experience.
She didn't talk like that.
It's nothing to be afraid of.
She had a lot of energy.
Just do it. What?
She got mama laughing. Dorothy, you jumped out the sky.
I thought I was going to the restroom.
That's why I'm surprised she passed away, because she was just very energetic and that was alert. And when they did an interview with her, just look.
Oh, you watched it?
I watched them talk to her.
She didn't talk like that.
No, not like.
How did she talk?
She talked like she was older, but not like she's slow. I sure did. No, she's like, I enjoyed myself, and I'm gonna. But I'm making it sound like the crib. What is it? We used to call it.
I didn't know I was going skydiving. I was going to visit my little niece on Hazel.
So
I asked her where the washroom was, and they pointed towards the door. And next thing I know, I'm floating in the air.
Yeah.
All right.
So she passed away. Okay.
She says Skydive Chicago even released a statement on Dorothy's passing, and they believe there's a lesson to be learned here about living. We are deeply saddened by Dorothy's passing and feel honored to have been part of making her world record skydive a reality.
Yeah.
Skydiving is an activity that many of us safely tuck away in our bucket list, but Dorothy reminds us that it's never too late to take the thrill of a lifetime. You could have got this picture instead of that one. That's
oh, I wanted to show her
skydiving.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So there you go. Good job, Dorothy.
All right.
Rest in peace, Dorothy.
She was 102?
104.
104 years old.
104. I don't care how old I am. I'm not skydiving.
One of my coworkers, she did, and she just showed us photos of it. It at that time I was working at the company. I wanted to do it. I wanted to put that on my bucket list because she had her guide with her.
Good.
But it just was like, yeah.
And we too heavy. I watched this heavy guy.
Well, I wasn't as heavy.
Oh, okay.
But still.
I watched this heavy guy try to do the cliff thing like that.
Bungee jumping?
No, where they run off the cliff and they have the parachute thing, and his guide was behind him.
Yeah.
But he's so heavy, he was heavier than the guide. So they was running, and he tripped, and they rolled. So now I'm good.
You heavier than the guy.
You heavier than the guy. You so heavy, the guy, he got a little button there where he can take himself away from you. You be up there skydiving, and all of a sudden
you go quicker.
That is like what
I'm releasing.
That man is like, I'm getting out of here.
Taking me down.
You ain't taking me down with you. I got to get home to my wife and kids. See you later, buddy.
That's sad. Right. That's true. Because they're guiding you, and if
I know
there is a weight,
they gotta be. All right, here we go. Emerald says, you both are testimony to the great upbringing that you have had. Honor to your mother. I appreciate the Christian aspect of this show. Thank you, Emerald. We need more just like it.
Yes.
And Wendy says, confirmation. I typed somebody pray for me before you sang it. Wow.
Get down.
And Emerald said, God bless you for living a full life. That old lady.
Yes, 104.
104 years old. All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, we always try to have something funny. So this is what's funny today, I guess. This man, you gonna blow it up? Okay. All right. So here's the funny for today. He stepped in the sea, man.
Get his prints.
Don't go that way.
Look at this.
He made a mark in that too when he fell.
Don't go that way.
You see, he messed it up over there.
And that man told him, don't go that way.
He said that?
Don't go that way.
That's what he did. People always try to get that new fresh cement that's laid
Somebody
down.
talking about Joe Biden. That's Joe Biden.
Yeah, that is Joe. They look like it would be Joe. But the footprints or your handprints in the fresh.
Now I thought about you today when we was going to the movies. They had the thing not to cross, and we was going crossing it.
Oh yeah, I tried to drive,
and the
over
man
it.
was mad.
He was. If you're gonna tell me to not come this way, don't be all mean about it.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, I just thought I can get over.
But we was doing what he did in the car.
We didn't fall.
They laid all that stuff out, and you get ready to drive over it.
I thought because they didn't.
Watch him one more time. This Lenore in the car.
Don't go that way.
He didn't know it was going to be that soft, probably.
Geez.
He didn't realize that it was still soft over there.
Yeah.
He was just trying
he went through a line again. When you got to lift up tape.
He wasn't thinking. Oh, all
right.
Okay.
You always want to know who Charlemagne the God's Donkey of the Day is. Okay.
What does knucklehead do?
Charlemagne the God's Donkey of the Day goes to this guy. After a job interview at a gas station, he canceled. Suspect steals customer's car. So this guy goes in, okay? Let me see. Jacob Thompson, 23, is accused of stealing a car at a Pilot gas station in Polk County, Florida. According to the deputies, Thompson had just got done dropping off a job application at the business when he stole a car outside.
What is wrong with him?
This probably isn't the best way to make a first impression to your future employer.
He's filling out an application to work there, and then
he comes out and somebody was getting gas. He stole their car.
He stole their car.
According to a 23-year-old Florida man was arrested Friday when he allegedly stole a car at a gas station after his job interview to work there was canceled. I guess he was mad. But he canceled his job interview.
Oh.
According to probable cause arrest affidavit, Jacob Thompson was supposed to have a job interview at 4:30 at the Pilot gas station. A clerk took his job application but told Thompson that no one was available to complete the interview. Oh. So he had to come back Monday.
So he was not happy about
The
that.
clerk later told deputies he wasn't sure how Thompson got to the gas station if he had no car.
Stole that.
Meanwhile, a man from West Palm Beach who was traveling to a weekend getaway stopped to get some snacks.
Oh no!
He bought some chocolate and returned to his Cadillac and placed the chocolate inside. But remember, he wanted to buy a lottery ticket. So he turned the car on and put the chocolate inside, went back into the store, and didn't think about locking his car.
But why would this knucklehead steal it?
Well, this guy came out of his fake interview, allegedly decided to take advantage of this. When the victim returned to his car, he saw a man later identified as Thompson inside of it. The victim got in front of the vehicle screaming and Thompson to get out. Instead, Thompson drove away, narrowly missing the man. Now, the man had one of those things on your car, OnStar.
Oh.
And OnStar could stop the car.
Wow, that's what happened?
OnStar stopped the car while he's driving 100 miles an hour.
Everybody needs that OnStar thing. Maybe when you get carjacked.
Yeah. His car reached up to 100 miles per hour. The police was chasing after him. And then OnStar stopped the car. They got him.
But he's the knucklehead that filled out an application to work there.
And then came out and saw somebody's keys in their car and he decided to
So what
steal
if they would have hired him?
Thank you.
He would have stole from them. You're just not a worthy person.
Well, he's the donkey of the day.
You are truly a donkey. Gonna fill an application out to work at a place, come out and take someone's car.
Charlamagne said, you know, it wasn't his idea to get that job. Somebody in his family told his grandmother, his mama, somebody, get on up there and fill out an application to get a job. Because you know he didn't want no job.
Oh my, he ain't gonna get one now for a while. He's gonna be sitting behind bars.
Thank you.
Wow.
All right, so that's it for that.
Truly a donkey.
That is the donkey of
God,
the day.
you a donkey.
Yep.
Go ahead.
All right, that was it, y'all. So
most people need to get this. Is it OnStar? Is that what you call it? We had one when we were renting a car.
Yep.
And it's when you're in an accident, you can also call and get help.
Yep.
People need that system because people's cars getting robbed all the time.
So that was your donkey of the day. All right, y'all. So that's it. We did another hour like we were supposed to.
Oh, good.
And again, we're saying
a few songs and everything.
And again, we say pray for the Middle East, for peace in the Middle East.
Peace in the Middle East.
And even I can't stand him, but pray for Trump. Pray for
him.
Biden too. That's your leader.
All of them.
Pray for all your leaders.
All of those.
And again, for those people, just because you're not a Trumpster doesn't mean that you're a Democrat.
Right.
Some of us just have sense, common sense. And we're not voting for lunatics.
We're praying the spirit of adoption over Trump and all the leaders that need prayer.
Yep. All right, y'all. So that's it. Don't forget to get our book, 100 Family-Friendly Jokes. We're getting the other one printed, put in the print this soon.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Always believe. And that was another Woods Report. See y'all later.